निरतेय उपनिषत्सु धर्मा ते मयि सन्तु ओम शांति शांति शांति।
This Upanishad, being from Samaveda, the Shanti Patha is Apyayantu Mamangani. I have not taken the meaning of the Shanti Patha because while teaching many Upanishads, I have taught it. Those who don't know may please go to YouTube, my channel. There, Dasha Shanti Patha, the 10 Shanti Pathas are explained in detail. So I need not take it again as such. Those who don't know the meaning, they can take advantage of that particular this Shantipatha talks. Now, as for the Ayu, longevity, you will live long, you can enjoy. Merely living long life itself is not a guarantee of a happy life. For a miserable person, what is the point in long life? You have not seen people, oh Bhagavanta, why don't you take me? Why you make me suffer like this and all that? If joy is there, that is fine. So therefore, long life also is not a solution to be happy all along. Read 10.
विषयाशी विषासंग परिजर्जर चेतसाम् अप्रौढात्म विवेकानाम् आयुरायास कारणम्.
Earlier it was told the life is like a drop of water at the tip of the grass, blade of grass. At any time it can fall off. Now about the longevity, it is said, even if it is long, by itself is not a solution. Listen. Vishayashi Vishasanga Parijarjara Chetasam Apraudhatma Vivekanam Ayuhu Ayasa Karanam. For such people, who are they, will see, the longevity is the cause of calamities, troubles in life. Who are these people? Those who chetas. Chetas means the mind has become jarjara, worn out. It is in tatters. It is torn everywhere. So those whose mind is worn out, because of what? Because of this. Apraudhatma vivekana. No, not that. Vishayashi vishayasanga parijarjara chetasam. Because of asanga, attachment, priti, asakti, priti, in the visha, poison in the form of vishayashihi, vishaya vasanas. See, vishaya vasanas, the samskaras in our mind, wherein we have got the value for the Vishaya Bhoga, that is described as a Visha because it is harmful. It keeps you bound with the samsara forever. From that standpoint, you say, Vishayashi Vishasanga Parijarjara Stheta. Those whose mind has become worn out because of the contact, the connection with the poison in the form of Vishayasakti or desires for Vishayas, hankering for sense objects. For such people, and who are like this also, Aprauda Atma Vivekana, whose Atma Viveka. Atma Viveka is Atmana Atma Viveka. Discrimination between what is Atma and what is not Atma. This Viveka of Atma and Anatma is Aprauda, is not grown, means immature people. In the case of immature people who have no discrimination between what is Atma, what is Anatma, what is true, what is false, what is transient, what is everlasting, what is the source of happiness, what is the source of sorrow, they don't know. That's an immature mind. So immature. You may say, how they are immature? They are great scientists, they are great doctors, they are great, engineers. True. They are mature in aparavidya, the not superior knowledge. But we are now talking about, we are discussing paravidya, brahmavidya, because it's superior. Why it is superior? Because it addresses your fundamental problem of seeking joy and getting away from sorrow, which you can never succeed in solving this problem if you ever pursue only aparavidya. At best, by aparavidya you can be Hiranyagarbha. Of course, Hiranyagarbha gets knowledge, that is a short of it. On this earth, you can be the emperor of the entire globe. Let us say with all plenty and prosperity, without any rivals, etc. You can you imagine anything better than that? No. Even that is not worth. Why? A day will come when you have to say goodbye to that. See, you know that Bali Chakravarti he was a great devotee. He was sent to Patal. Olden days, they used to live for thousands of years. 10,000 years, he enjoyed all bhogas, emperor, all sense pleasures. At the end of it, you know what happened? He got so disgusted with these bhogas, sense pleasures. Same thing. It is not like that. Suppose you like some dish. You like very much. But if you go on eating it every day, the law of diminishing returns will apply there. A time may come, you may not be able to bear the sight of that dish. Like that, Bali Chakravarti got disgusted with this, the sense pleasures. Then he thought of, oh, my dad had told something about this, etc. I think better go to my guru now. So he went to Guru with that Shukracharya. Shukracharya said, hey, you come at the wrong time. I'm just leaving for an important meeting. I can't spare more time for you. Well, come on, but what is the matter? He said, this is what it is. Oh, look, everything is chit, 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 chit. Chaitanya, 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 Chaitanya. The pure awareness principle, the pure conscious principle. There's nothing other than that. It may appear to be so. Truly, it is not there. Discover that. You left. Now see, that's what Brahma Vidya. So anything short of it can never make one contented. Because of our ignorance, we may continue in that state, thinking that, what is that? Wishing, oh, it will be one day or other I will get it. Not so as such. So that being the case, these people, wherein in whose case Atma, Anatma, Viveka has not developed. Aprauda Atma, Atma Vivekana. For such people, do you know? Ayuhu Ayasa Karanam. Longevity is the cause of calamity, cause of trouble. They don't know how to spend time. They don't know. Few things they know, but that is not sufficient. So therefore, longevity by itself, Dirgha Ayu by itself, is not a solution for samsara. How long Dirgha Ayu, how long you can say? At the most, 100 or 125 years. That's all, as far as the human embodiment is concerned. So it is not a solution. So this is, no one can have this astha, interest in long life, unless he is a jnani. And if he is a jnani, he is not bothered whether he lives long or whether the body falls next moment. Further, it is clarified further. Read.
युज्यते वेष्टनं वायोः आकाशस्य च खण्डनं ग्रन्थनं च तरङ्गाणाम् आस्थानायुषि युज्यते.
Says, even such impossible things may be possible, but no one can really have total interest in the ayush, the lifespan, in the state of ignorance. Nobody would like to die, that is true. By all means, one would attempt to survive for a longer and longer period. That is true. But that itself is not a solution. If things in life go wrong, no one is interested in living further. That doesn't mean one has to resort to suicide or what is nowadays, what is the euthanasia. This is not advisable. In the West, it might have become a matter of controversy. As far as our Shastras are concerned, euthanasia is as dangerous as suicide. Because when a person is born, he is born with some package of karma phalas. The karma phalas which have got fructified to give the bhoga. Bhoga means experiences of joys and sorrows to this jiva in this specific embodiment. And it has to get exhausted naturally without any extraneous interference by the individual by abusing the will. It can be suicide or cases of euthanasia. Why so? Because if by force or whatever it may be, by personal will, the body is ended, this body at the disposal of the jiva for the time being is no more there. And as per the laws of Ishvara, next body is not ready. Jiva composing Sukh Sharira has left this body because it has been destroyed before its natural death. But next physical body is not ready yet. It is just like vacating a rental house without making arrangement for another house. You are on the footpath. Here also like that. Present body is ended by force. Next body is not ready. And the jiva with the Sukh Sharira is hanging. It has got hunger, thirst, etc. But can't eat, can't drink because physical body, whatever it may be, even if animal embodiment it may be, is not there. It is said to be a very torturous state. In fact, one Sati Sahaba said, those who commit suicide those who commit suicide will never even dream of it. They will never think of it even in the dream if they come to know what happens after suicide. The state of total torture, wherein hunger, thirst are there. Same time, there is no means to appease the hunger, no means to quench the thirst. Same thing happens in the case of euthanasia because prarabdha is not over. One cannot interfere with the prarabdha. It has to, you pray, that's fine. If you there, pray for the strength to undergo whatever the torture that you are getting subjected to. But you have no freedom to end the body abruptly. As such, it has to go on its own accord. So therefore, it says, in such lifespan, it is impossible to have astha, interest. In comparison to many other things, with many impossible things may be possible. But this is not possible. What is that? Vayoho veshtanam yujjate. Veshtanam, folding, covering, lapetna. Vayoho, of wind or air. You can't fold air, wind. You can't cover it. But may be possible. It's a hypothetical case. Say, Vayoho veshtanam yujjate means may be possible. Say, Akashasya cha khandanam yujjate. Cutting the space may be possible. You can't cut the space. But hypothetically, maybe you will be able to cut the space. Taranganam cha grathanam tu yujjate. Tying or stringing together the waves, not possible. Even that may be possible. Taranganam, of the waves, grathanam, tying or stringing together, which is impossible, and yet it may be possible. But, says, Ayushi asta na yujjate. the trust or the interest in lifespan is not possible. It is next to impossible. So that cannot be the means of happiness. Then, what is the real life then? What is the purpose of life? When the life becomes worthwhile, so when the life becomes meaningful, that is not told. 12, read.
प्राप्यं सम्प्राप्यते येन भूयो येन न शोच्यते पराया निर्वृते स्थानं यत्तज्जीवितमुच्यते
Yena prapyam samprapyate. Yena bhuyaha na shochyate. Yat parayaha nirvrittehe sthanam tat jivitam uchyate. Tat jivitam. Life is really a life when you are able to accomplish this. A meaningful life, worthwhile life. Otherwise, it is useless. It is a source of sorrow. What is that life? That by which, in that life, in which or by which, prapyam samprapyate. That goal, which is prapya, worthy to be accomplished, samprapyate is gained. That means we have to discern what is that goal in human life, of course, because human embodiment has got the capacity to get the highest. Having gained which, there remains nothing else to be gained. Having gained which, everything else is as good as gained. What for you gain something in life or whatever you want? Is it not true? To get happiness, to get rid of sorrows, be intent on this purpose of life. You may aspire for millions and trillions and things, etc. In and through, only one underlying current is there. To be happy, to be free from total sorrow. Together. When it can be successful? When, having got this, you have nothing else to be gained. You have nothing else to be got rid of. Which accomplishment it can be? Come on. Let us find out. What are the accomplishments, achievements that we are capable of accomplishing in this human embodiment? Human embodiment is the highest type of embodiment. It's why the jantu naam narajanma durdabha. To gain human embodiment is very difficult. See? What are the accomplishments? To begin with, paisa, artha, securities. We have to have. Otherwise, living in the world is not possible. Poverty is a curse. So at least bare minimum earning to live a decent and dignified life is an indispensable thing for every human being. One should not depend on others. One should be independent, self-dependent. So first of all, you need securities. Wealth. Shastra accepts that. Also points out. Then Artha is over. Kama. Fulfillment of legitimate desires. Fulfillment of desires which are not opposed to dharma. Artha, Kama. But Shastra says both these pursuits should be guided by dharma. In pursuing this, you are not supposed to trample on the feet of others. You are not supposed to harm others. You are not supposed to deprive anyone of their interest. You can work for yourself, but never at the cost of others. So therefore, Shastra lays down certain do's and certain don'ts. So the pursuit of Artha, Kama, which is natural for everyone, needs to be guided by dharma, a prescribed code of conduct by the Vedas, whereby you accommodate others. At the same time, along with others, you march toward the progress in life. Our culture, Sanatana Dharma is that it aspires for the good of everyone. Let all be happy. Let all be free from diseases. Let all be healthy. Simple. If all happen to be so, I am also so. I need not separately pray for myself. Otherwise, sky-rise building below what? Slums. The height of the wall goes on increasing for security. How can you be happy? All should be happy. So therefore, Artha and Kama, this pursuit has to be guided by dharma. There may be many who are have-nots, haves and have-nots. The haves can share with the have-nots because resources in this creation are meant for everyone. You may earn more than you require, but that doesn't mean that you can consume or utilize everything. Even if a person is the emperor of emperor, the huge palace, finally he has to occupy on the corner of a room or not, of cot. Anything more? Food. The best food in the world he can order. But there is a limit to how much he can consume. So therefore, the joy must be in giving also. See that they say even this modern, some people have this naturopathy say, share with others, derive joy by helping others. You will not get heart attack. Cardiac problems will not be there. Because the mind is so steady that is there. So that is, yes. So therefore he says, This should be a pursuit of artha, kama should be guided by dharma. And yet, there cannot be contentment in life. One cannot get contented totally, yes, because these accomplishments, artha, kama, dharma, are limited. It cannot totally make me the one who has discovered such happiness, wherein I can say, thus far, no further. Such happiness, when I say, thus far, no further, which is not possible by dharma, artha, kama, moksha. Kama. Is there no remedy for this? Is there no solution? Is it not possible to discover such happiness wherein I can say I'm purna, full and complete? Yes, possible. Upanishads come to our rescue. It says, oh man, what you are searching is not elsewhere in the world, nor even inside. That is your real nature. Whatever that you refer to as I in your life millions of times, that in reality is Paramananda, free from even the least of sorrows, free from transmigration. Somehow you have disowned it by misplacing the I in the loci where it is not. You have mistaken the body, the vital as pranas, the mind, the intellect, the ignorance as I, which cannot be I. It is the I is that entity which enables all this to function. It is obstructed presently. Yes, all that Vedanta can help you in the removal of these obstructions. Not to produce this Paramananda, because you already are. It cannot be created. It is but obstructed. So that obstruction needs to be eliminated. That is the job of Vedanta. That is the purpose of Upanishads. So therefore, you say, Yena Prapyam. The highest, these are called Purusharthas. Artha, Kama, Dharma, and last one is called Moksha. What is Moksha? Knowing me in my real nature, wherein entire samsara problem gets dropped. So, that is a life wherein that by which prapyam, the thing that is worthy to be gained, namely the Parama Purushartha, the highest Purushartha, Atma Jnana, Brahma Jnana, Moksha, is gained. Not only that, having gained which, Yena Bhuyaha na Shochate, by which gain, Bhuyaha, again, na Shochate, there is no occasion to grieve any longer. There's no occasion at all. Even if you want to be sorrowful, you can't. You may pretend, you can pretend, but really you are not. Inside you are Ananda only. Impossible to be sorrowful. One cannot grieve at all. And you know what it is? Yat, that accomplishment, that highest Purushartha is what? Yat. Parayaha. Parayaha nivrittehe sthanam. It is sthana, abode of paranivritti. Paranivritti, paramashanti, perfect peace. You may say, peace itself is not sufficient. Peace is required, but itself not sufficient. Why? We want happiness, Ananda. Is it? You have to hunt for Ananda again? See, you try this. At least at a relative level. The more and more you withdraw yourself from the sense pursuits and extravagance with maturity, discovering that they are really not worth running after. More and more you become introvert. Thereby, more and more your mind becomes calm, more and more happiness you experience. That happiness is Atmananda, Brahmananda, Paramananda, but not in totality, because your mind is not totally Shanta. It is not Paramashanti. Relative Shanti. You will get relative happiness, but the source is what? Atma Brahma. So, even when you say, I got my desire fulfilled, I'm happy now. Do you know from where that happiness has come? When your desire has got fulfilled, which you are hankering for, I must get it, I must get it, I must get it, I must get it. Oh, I got it. At that time, even for a while, your mind, for the time being, is free from desire. Next desire is yet to come. It is there in the queue. Yet to come. At that time, your antakarana at ease, whereby the ananda, that is the real nature, peeps out. It gets exhibited. And you think, I became happy because of this fulfillment of desire. It is not so. Desirelessness with due maturity, not just like that by force, etc., is the means to discover Ananda. That's why a person who is mature in the sense, who has developed a sense of vairagya, relatively he is calm and composed compared to other person. Always, I want that, I want that, I want that, I want that, all running here and there. So therefore, yat paraya nirvrittehe sthanam is the abode of Paramashanti. The abode of Paramashanti. Tat jivitam uchate. That is called life. It is worthwhile to have such life. Other life, the life is what? Varakaha, wretched. Bhubharaha, burden on Mother Earth, like Duryodhana, etc. Human embodiment is meant for this. One has to aspire to gain this Paramapurushartha, Where is Paranirvritti? Paramashanti is there. That is, is it not? That is what you want in life. You may use some other word. You may say, I want to be happy. But how happy? Not simply by passing happy. Always happy. Which is impossible with the pursuit that you are. See, look, the general comes and no, see this Brahma Vidya, Atma Vidya, see, it's dangerous. It is again the progress of the world. You please define by the progress of the world. What do you mean by progress? Increase in GDP? Amassing wealth? See, in spite of plenty and prosperity, you take stock of so-called advanced nations. Take the statistics of suicides, crimes like murders, etc., ill health, mental disorders, how far, and divorces, how far they are growing. Do they indicate the sign of progress? In spite of your high GDP, in spite of your great wealth? Isn't that? No. So you see, we have got wrong notion about this progress. The real progress is wherein you have nothing to get from this world. You are full and complete. You are always in happiness. You are happy independent of the world. You are happy independent of your body. You say, even he's not bothered about the body. He's attitude to thanks. Well done, you are done. Thank you. He's not bothered whether it falls down now or after 10,000 years. Because he has achieved what he has achieved. Look, Vedanta is not a cock and bull utopian dream. It's something which is our nature, it just reveals, provided we are available with due preparation of the mind. There is no excuse for that. If you are not ready, don't pass on the failure to Vedanta. Vedanta can never fail because it is a tested one by Sampradaya, Guru Shishya Parampara, starting from Ishvara onwards up to our Guru. At every link, it has been this way. Vidvad Anubhava, the direct experience of our Swarupa as discovered by the great masters, itself is a proof which validates the Shastras, which validates the Upanishad. Otherwise, say, Vedas say so, Upanishad say so, but who has verified the truth of it? Here are the masters. We have verified it. And their life speaks that you can rely on their words. They are not liars. They have nothing to gain from this world. If it's anything they want to do, to give, share with the world, which the world cannot get from any other source. So we can certainly have Shraddha in them. That is why the knowledge contained in the Upanishad is tested on 3 cardinal points. Shruti, the ultimate means of knowledge, highest means of knowledge, highest jnana sadhana, which can never be invalidated. Yukti, reasoning, which what? Can prove what is stored in the Shruti is correct, not sufficient. Vidvad Anubhava. Personal verification by Aparoksha Anubhava. Yes, this is true. Wherein it gets validated. On these three cardinal points, our Shastra, our pursuit of Atma Vidya, Brahma Vidya rests. So, here is a that life wherein such goal is accomplished, that is worth or worthy to be called as life. Otherwise, without such vivek, etc., life becomes so much what? The source of sorrow. Source of sorrow. Nobody would like to have such life at all. Therefore, the life wherein one has discovered, I am this Chaitanya Sarupa, the Chit Sarupa, Brahma, which is Paramananda, totally free from sorrows. That life is worth it. He points out, look, this is all findings of Nidaga, who is placing it in front of Rubu to find out whether his discovery is correct or not. Read 13.
तरवोऽपि हि जीवन्ति मृगपक्षिणः स जीवति मनो यस्य मननेनोपजीवति
Taravaha api jivanti. Mruga pakshinaha jivanti. Saha jivati yasya manaha mananena upajivati. Saha jivati yasya manaha mananena upajivati. Left to itself, everyone lives. From trees, animals, on everyone lives. But we can really say this person has really lived the life. His life is worth that. Who is that person? Let us see. Taravaha api. Tarava means trees. Taru, tree. Even trees and bushes, creepers, they live. There's no great deal in that. Because the laws of karma function that by prarabdha, one has to live. No option. Mruga pakshinaha jivanti. Birds and animals also live. There's no great deal about that in living. They also live. But saha jivati, that person really lives. With that person, yasya manaha, whose mind upajivati, subsists, totally engrossed in by what? Mananena. You have to, in this context, we should know the meaning of manana, not simply reflection. Manana here is the mind which is absorbed in Atma Chintana, in the discovery that I am Chit. I am Chaitanya. Forget these words of God, etc., etc. Chaitanya, Chaitanya, Chaitanya. Can you miss it? Can anyone miss Chaitanya? That principle, that entity because of which we survive. We interact in the world. We carry out all our functions. And the pity is we sidetrack it and run after other things. Whose mistake it is? Our mistake. With all patience, Shastra tries to draw our attention to this fact that where are we available? We are busy with other things except this. Shastra has got patience. Ishvara also has got patience. He says, you need not test my patience. All these kalpas I have waited for you. I thought I will give a chance to, I tried a past also, it didn't work. I will give a chance now to you. And if you don't respond properly, if you don't make use of this opportunity properly, I am always ready to wait for even millions and trillions of kalpas. I have got all patience, Ishvara says. Now, ball is in whose court? Ishvara or you? Our court. We have to make the best use of the present human embodiment that we are wielding now. Any doubt that we are human beings? No, is it not? Make best use of it. What can be the best use? Discovering our Swarupa. But I have got many shortcomings. Never mind. Pray to Ishvara with all sincerity. He will come to your rescue. He is waiting for you to ask for the help. Ishvara will not help on his own. We have to seek it. Then by all means he will jump to help you. There's no delay on the part of Ishvara. If at all, it is because of us. So that mind which is mananena upajivati, subsits on or gets absorbed in Atma Chintana. I am nothing but Chaitanya and Chaitanya Swarupa. Being aware of Chaitanya only, free from all obstructions, you are self-evident, Swayam Anubhava Swarupa, Paramananda, wherein no trace of sorrow is there. Can there be any greater accomplishment? Says, that is the Jivana. That is the life one should aspire for. So therefore, those are really born people, or life of those is really worth it, who are not going to be born again. We should live in this world in such a way that we will not return any further in this world. Think. Otherwise, irrevocable return ticket is there. Irrevocable confirmed return ticket is there. So life should be lived in such a way that you can say goodbye to everyone, including the rank one enemy of yours. Now, you may not have enemy, but others may have enmity towards you. You know that Kabir Dohe. When you came in this world, tum roye jagat hase. When you were born, you were crying. All relatives, etc., were very happy. Aisi karani kiji. You do such a thing in life. Conduct yourself in such a way. When you depart, what? What should happen? Tum hase jaga roye. You are with all smile on your face. The world is weeping. That is possible provided this highest gain. Related is possible by being good to others, etc. That is fine. But at the peak of accomplishment, it is possible by making the life worthwhile, by accomplishing the highest goal, wherein one is able to be absorbed in the Chaitanya Sarupa, me, wherein lies the highest accomplishment. So that is what the real life, and other people who have not got are no better than Nidag is telling, no better than the old donkeys who are carrying the load on their back. Read.
जातास्त एव जगति जन्तवः साधु जीविताः ये पुनर्नेह जायन्ते शेषा जरठगर्दभाः
ये जन्तवः साधु जीविताः इह जगति पुनः न जायन्ते ते जाताः शेषाः जरठ गर्धवाः. People who are really born are these. Ye, those, jantavaha, beings. They are human beings, of course. Sadhu jivitaha. Yes, sadhujita means those who have lived the life in accordance with the Shastra, to gain the Paramapurushartha. To gain the Paramapurushartha. So they are sadhu jivitaha. Iha, in this iha jagati, in this world, they punaha na jataha. They are not reborn because they have got the Parama Purushartha. They have got the Parama Purushartha. Parama, that is, they have got Pujata. Whereas Shesha, the rest of the people who have not got that Parama Purushartha, say they are Jaratha Gardhabaha. They are what? Donkeys carrying the load. Even when they are old, they are forced to carry. Means is a worthless life. A life of slavery. a life of misery. So it is not worth living. So one should aspire to gain this highest accomplishment in life. This being so, he is generalizing about those who can take to this pursuit and those who are incapable of doing that. We'll see. Oh.
स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्ताम् न्यायेन मार्गेण महीं महिषाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यम् लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु काले वर्षतु पर्जन्यः पृथिवी सस्यशालिनी देशोऽयं क्षोभरहितः ब्राह्मणाः सन्तु निर्भयाः ॐ सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमय ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ